100 years ago exactly, at this very minute, New Zealand troops were being slaughtered at Passchendaele. Their advance had begun at 5:25 a.m. Belgium time, 44 minutes ago. Thick mud held the men almost stationary as they tried to move. Barbed wire had not been cut. Artillery fire had not removed entrenched German machine gun positions, and they were cut down with such merciless efficiency that in the space of a few hours, 843 soldiers had been killed and over 1,700 were injured. Ceremonies have been held around the country today to mark the single darkest day in New Zealand's military history. We begin tonight with our Veterans Affairs Reporter Andrew McRae.
In Auckland, a service at the Hall of Memories at the War Memorial Museum opened with the ringing of the bell from the SS Ionic, a troop ship used during the war. The former Secretary-General of the Commonwealth, Sir Don McKinnon, spoke of this country sending 100,000 men to the First World War and a loss of 18,000 who died in or as a result of it. He says it speaks of who New Zealanders are.
We not only are prepared to do such things, that we are prepared to take up arms at the appropriate time. It is within our DNA that we believe that we are doing this which is right.
Jack Gradwell read an extract from Private Monty Ingram's diary in Flanders Fields about his Passchendaele experience.
Immense swathes of smoke drift through the air and stinking gases hover over the tortured earth that the high explosive shells tear up again and again. If we were at full strength, nothing could stop us in continuing right up to Passchendaele. But alas, we are now but a skeleton of the force that started at 6 a.m.
Ian McKenzie is president of the Passchendaele Society. His father fought there.
So it's a combination of thinking about my father and thinking about the other 300,000 Allied soldiers who were casualties in the Passchendaele offensive.
In Christchurch, the service was at the Bridge of Remembrance. It started with a parade through the Park of Remembrance near the Avon River, where hundreds of white crosses have been placed to mark the anniversary. The president of the city's RSA, Peter Dawson, says those who died gave their lives in the first 270 minutes, an average of one death every 20 seconds.
Survivors of the ill-fated battle for Bellevue Spur reported seeing wounded falling and sinking into the mud, never to be seen again.
Christchurch Mayor Leanne Dalzell says the legacy of those killed at Passchendaele and other battles of the First World War should be lasting peace.
To keep their memory alive and to protect their legacy on this, their day, in this, their centenary.
Judith Sutherland's grandfather, Arthur Aldridge, fought at Passchendaele. She says he was traumatised by the experience.
He really was never able to be fully employed because of his emotional trauma. So, you know, he struggled with that really all his life, as did our family, but he was the most loving, wonderful grandfather.
In Wellington this afternoon, the National Commemorative Service was held at Pukeahu National War Memorial Park. The Governor-General Dame Patsy Reddy says Passchendaele's the battle that most New Zealanders associate with the First World War.
Their appalling experiences are seared into our collective memory, of mud so deep it was hard to move, of uncut barbed wire that trapped the men ahead of their objective, and artillery support that was inadequate or landed on its own troops.
The Belgian ambassador Mark Mooley spoke of the sacrifices made by Allied troops fighting on the Western Front.
They should know that we remember them, also in Belgium, with deep feelings of respect and gratitude.
A New Zealand national commemorative service will be held in Belgium tonight at the Tyncott Cemetery. For Checkpoint, ko Andrew McRae tēnei.